Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Matt here with Acoustic Selection. I want to go over chord transitions, how to make them a little bit smoother. I say all the time, my goal more than to teach songs is have people come into my channel really just to learn Bible. Because I want them to feel like I've already got his guitar skills. I've mastered that. I've passed him up. So I'm just coming to the channel to learn more about the Bible and God's Word. We're going to talk about chord transitions because the faster you can get where you're doing things different with your right hand, that strumming hand, the more fun it's going to be to play, the more advanced you're going to get. And we need to get, the reason I teach the four chords G, C, E minor, and D this way, it's because I do what's called stabilizing the guitar with fingers that stay the same throughout the whole chord. So for example, on the G, C, E minor, D, I keep the bottom two strings on the 3rd fret locked. And what that does by stabilizing and making as little as movement as possible, it allows you to focus more on your strumming hand to advance your playing. Because I've stated many times, when I first started out learning, I would learn the G chord, then you take every finger off the guitar and go to this C, which I really struggle with that, every finger off the guitar and go to a D, then an E minor, and so forth. And what I've told people in the past when I've taught them, learning guitar works exponentially. That learning curve at first is very tough because you're teaching your brain and fingers to work in hand. So to teach your fingers to do all this stuff for the different chords up and down the neck is really challenging. Now once you start to get that brain, hand, eye coordination all in together, if someone teaches me something new now, I can pick it up a lot faster. And that's what I'm going to get you at. So let's learn the E, A, D, and A chord. What you want to do is play your regular E chord, 3rd string, 1st fret, and then play your middle, your 5th and 4th string, and strum all keys. That's your E chord. So 1st finger, 3rd string, 1st fret, and then the 5th and 4th. And then for this, you would keep that first, you go from E, keep that first finger down, slide it over 1 fret, and then go above and below it. A, then keep that first finger where it is, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then go to D. So again, the more you can keep from removing all your fingers off the guitar and just slide, the more you can. So just like on that G, C, E minor, D, I'm stabilizing those bottom two strings. On the E, A, D, A, I'm keeping that first finger on the 3rd string. I'm just sliding it down a fret for the A and D. I'm going above and below it on the A, and I'm doing the D chord regular, then back. So really work on your transitions there, but make it smoother by, again, keeping that finger locked. So especially for a beginner, that's why they even struggle with bar chords. If you're ever teaching someone beginner guitar, the more you can keep them from completely removing their hand from the guitar, the quicker they're going to catch on. So I always recommend at first someone start out with the G, C, E minor, and D this way. You might want to do some hammer-ons. So I'm just hammering on that first finger the whole time. Another great kind of chord transition thing to learn on is do a G. Again, you're keeping these bottom two strings, 3rd fret locked. G, then take your first finger just the top string, 2nd fret, then go to your E minor, or just play the 5th string, and then C. So. So a really cool chord really cool chord progression is G over B, that. So G, just the top string, 2nd fret, just the 5th string, 2nd fret, and then your C. So it's. Go C, D, E minor, C, D, E minor, then repeat, G, G over B. So again, to make the chord transition smoother, make sure you are keeping fingers locked on the guitar. Another thing really fast before I end this video is that track method. Because you can go. What I did is I kept that ring finger on that 4th string the whole time. So I played an E, then went down to just my ring finger and pinky finger, A, slid them down, B, C sharp minor. Type in Matt McCoy track chords to see a closer video of that. But the more you can. And you know, obviously if you want to change the key of a song more than learning different chords, just put this capo on there. And then you can. Hope this helps you guys. Let's do a quick devotional here. So really quickly for this devotional, what is your view of God's Word? It's a simple question, but really think about that. How do you view God's Word? I've often stated that many people look at this book as a big no. They just look at God saying no to their hopes, to their dreams, to their desires, to what they want to look at, what they want to listen to, who they want to date, how they want to spend their money, how they want to do their relationships. Just a big no. And Jesus addressed those people. I love it. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world, He gave His only begotten Son, that if we believe in Him, we won't perish but have everlasting life." In the very next verse, He addresses this thing about it's a constant no. "For God sent not His Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through Him might be saved." You heard me often say that Jesus came we may have life, have it more abundantly. If we start to look at this word as giving us purpose and direction, and God, this Creator, gave us His word so that we can be happier, we can know how to live, we can know how to get right with God, we don't have to fear death, we can have joy, we can have peace, have great relationships with others, we don't harvest bitterness or unforgiveness, because we let these words live through us, a light into our path and a lamp unto our feet. Or did I switch that? Lamp unto our feet? I might have switched that up, but you get the point. But God's word it's not a no. It is many, many things that can help us along this journey. After all, remember, God is our Creator. So we need to listen to Him. And I challenge you today, are you looking, with no one else around, not trying to give the politically correct answer? Think about this. Do you view God's word as a set of no's and commands? Or are you seeking it and digging deep to really find those pearls and those treasures, like the psalmist says? Are you really digging in deep to try to say, God, what do you want to say to me? What kind of purpose do you have for my life? Hope this helps you guys out. Have a great day. Subscribe if you haven't. Shoot me a message with any questions. I get back to everyone. I love you. God bless you.